SpaceX is to launch an atomic clock expected to make cosmic exploration more efficient. This is by Sputnik News. So after the Starlink satellites that have just been a couple of days ago set into lower Earth orbit, 60 of them, with another 12,000 to be joining, and another 2 companies, total of 20,000 new satellites in lower Earth orbit would be seen by us by the naked eye. SpaceX is also going to launch an atomic clock. This is the US's National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, will be launching its Deep Space Atomic Clock, DSAC, again into lower Earth orbit later this month, aboard a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket in a bid to test out the device's ability to keep track of time in the cosmos. The clock is roughly the size of a 4-slice toaster, so it's not that big. According to the Business Insider, it will spend a year in Earth's orbit as researchers manage and test its capabilities. It's expected to blast off June 22nd along with various other small spacecraft inside the rocket. Now, what these other spacecrafts are, we don't know. According to NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the new technology will ultimately change the way we navigate our spacecraft, even how we send astronauts to Mars and beyond. Quote, "Today, we navigate in deep space by using giant antennas on Earth to send signals to spacecraft, which then send those signals back to Earth. Atomic clocks on Earth measure the time it takes a signal to make its way to make this two-way journey. Only then can human navigators on Earth use large antennas to tell the spacecraft where it is and where to go." This is what a release from the HSC explains. Quote, "If we want humans to explore the solar system, we need a better, faster way for the astronauts aboard a spacecraft to know where they are, ideally without needing to send signals back to Earth. A deep space atomic clock on the spacecraft would allow it to receive a signal from Earth and determine its location immediately using an onboard navigation system." I guess it's like a GPS type of thing. NASA further explains that unlike wristwatches, the atomic clock will rely on mercury ions, which will make it less vulnerable to external forces. Also, since said ions don't necessarily require as much power, its usage is expected to beat out the reliability of other ground-based atomic clocks. Space navigator and leader of the DSAC project, Todd Ely, claims that the program will be crucial to space exploration in the future. He says if we get out to Mars, the crew is going to want to know where they're at, and they will need to know, potentially in real time, in case they have to make last-minute course adjustments, he said. And he adds, if we're able to reproduce what we've seen on the ground in our testing, once DSAC is in space, it should be the most stable atomic clock in space. We've actually talked to the U.S. Air Force about its potential use in future GPS satellites or other Department of Defense type applications, he said. SpaceX's rocket, scheduled to launch from Florida's Cape Canaveral, 11:30 p.m. on June 22nd. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.